Sandate is an Iraq veteran who went to Canada rather than take a second tour. So he served some time as a conscientious objector inside the military who was court-martialed. And Daniel, this is your chance to tell your story.
I want to say thank you for everybody for being here. And first I'd like to start by saying that as I don't know how many Iraq veterans are here. I know I just met one. And so I know that he can relate. And that in each of us, servicemen and women that are afflicted by the dreams of the night that they bring, is a place in ruins that is guarded. It is a place that is held in hopes of being rebuilt. Such a place has no name, but is a center point where personal solace can be found. Time alone cannot set the cornerstone of rehabilitation. Therefore, oneself is powerless without help. My story is that I did a tour in Iraq. I got into basic training. I went to Korea. And from there, it was a great surprise to everybody that we were deployed from a deployment to Iraq. And so we were deployed and we were labeled the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 2nd ID. I served as an infantryman, and at that time I survived 3 ID attacks, small arm fire, and watching many of my own die. I'm here today to address my feelings of a combat veteran that is neglected and denied service by the very ones that they serve. I've experienced myself these very things, including the ignorant shun of superiors at all levels. The bureaucratic nightmare, as some would call it, goes against the final part of the warrior ethos of the Army: never leave a fallen comrade behind. I did desert to Canada instead of fighting the systematic machine. And upon my return, I realized that the road to service of duty, or in duty, goes both ways. As it is, the laws of tort do not apply to the military. Therefore, many servicemen and women have been thrown to the side without a present hope for help. When a combat veteran returns to his home, he or she is faced with many challenges of adjustment. The greatest challenge is to face oneself without the proper tools. Without the proper tools of support, it becomes nearly impossible for that one. There's an obvious truth that is evident, yet muffled. This truth is an apathetic neglect of suicide and of senseless killings. At the same time, there are obvious solutions to this problematic truth, such as speaking out as individuals and as a united whole for a true and radical reform in the military's healthcare system. I ask that you speak out so that others may consider these things. As we are here to honor those who have paid the ultimate price, let us also remember that there are those still paying a heavy sum every day that they wake up and every night that they attempt to go to sleep. There may be no change if we are silent. A reminder to the Iraq veterans, which I've already met one here, is that complacency does kill. And when we fall into that complacency, it becomes very deadly. The haunting specters of combat are not anything to become complacent to. So in summation, I'd like to say that there is a crisis that must be addressed, and with the help of those with conscience, the voice of urgency will be heard strong. And again, my name is Daniel Sandate, and I thank you for your time.
Great.